His style and swagger are undeniable. His music is groundbreaking, and now he can say he's had the full force of the US government backing him up in an international incident. Is he the real-life most interesting man in the world? This is the untold truth of APRocky.
I'll be a dragon because I was born in 1988, and that's the year of the dragon. And on top of that, I spit that flame. You dig me?
APRocky's acting career happened unexpectedly. As he recalled to The Independent, he was helping his then-girlfriend, model Chanel Iman, prepare for her role in 2015's indie flick Dope. He got so interested in the project, he ended up auditioning for it and landed his first role on the big screen.
He probably got like one of them photogenic brains.
You mean photographic memory?
What'd I just say?
He loved the experience, according to W Magazine, but wanted a bigger challenge for future roles, adding, maybe like a journalist or a brain surgeon. Test my intelligence. Next came HBO's Animals and cameos in feature films like Zoolander 2 and The Lonely Island's cult favorite Pop Star, Never Stop, Never Stopping. But in 2018, the rapper finally landed a juicy role in the 2018 drama All Rise, about a young filmmaker in Harlem who gets caught up in a violent robbery. He told Collider, "It challenged me to tap into, like, old ways, old personality traits that I had developed in the past. Growing up as a teenager, not every person that makes a bad decision should be labeled as a monster." Virgil Abloh, artistic director for Off-White and Louis Vuitton menswear, might have the ASAP mob to thank for his career. Speaking with Kerwin Frost, Rocky claimed group member and buddy ASAP 12V actually came up with brand name Off-White after the original name Pyrex led to a copyright lawsuit.
I was always drawn to what my initial interest was, and that was t-shirts.
Abloh even designed merch for APRocky's first tour ever, but while he was growing up in Harlem, Rocky was already tailoring jeans and going to Saks to shop for high-end fashion brands before it was even a thing in hip-hop.
Man, I will go to thrift stores.
Still.
I'll go to eBay. It makes me happy like music does.
For his 2019 Injured Generation tour, Rocky traveled the world in custom Prada. He told GQ, "Everybody only knows about my love for Dior, my love for Gucci, for Louis. They don't know I'm really a Prada boy." Back when he was just 15 years old, APRocky had a girlfriend who grew up to be famous in her own right, singer-dancer Tiana Taylor, with whom he shared a connection to then-upcoming Harlem rapper Azalea Banks, according to Dummy. Fast forward to 2011 when Rocky and Iggy Azalea began dating well before both had their breakout moments.
I can't go on dates anymore, I'm taken.
Next up for the rapper was model and actress Chanel Iman. Then, a few years later, various outlets linked Rocky and Kendall Jenner after their appearance at the 2017 Met Gala. However, this fashionable couple didn't last long. Or actually was never really official, if Us Weekly's sources are to be believed.
The face and the booty is the two sexiest parts of a woman.
APRocky is a rich, famous model who is naturally charming in interviews, so is anyone really shocked by his bravado? But it's not just evident in his lyrics. A common theme in APRocky's interviews is discussing his woke bedroom skills, like when he told NME, "I think threesomes are normal now. I might sleep with 3 girls at once, but not every day." He even bragged to Esquire about the gigantic bed he designed specifically for such encounters, many of which he has allegedly, quote, photographed and documented.
I'll never forget her. So romantic.
To his credit, and despite his intimate romps, Rocky has openly addressed issues like gender prejudice and homophobia in the hip-hop community.
I used to be homophobic, but as I got older, I realized that wasn't the way to do things, you know what I'm saying?
Rocky also said his interest in fashion paved the way for him to embrace the LGBTQ+ community, telling Interview, "You can miss out on a lot by being so small-minded and stereotypical about people." OGG, a creative agency founded by APRocky, has 2 very specific rules. Number 1, never reveal what OGG means. Number 2, when in doubt, always refer to rule number 1. The brand launched in 2015 with a series of strange posts on Rocky's Instagram that ended up losing him 100,000 followers, according to High Snobiety. Although Og is mysterious on purpose, APRocky revealed to the Rap Radar podcast that it was inspired by the Vice media model, claiming it's a collective of young creatives, from people who make music to people who draw, designers, all that. It's just, for a lack of better words, a ghetto Google. In keeping with Rocky's desire to be, quote, a creator of original ideas, Og has done just about everything from clothing collaborations with Guess and Under Armour to opening a pop-up bodega in London.
I wanted to manifest my interpretation of what a real New York City traditional bodega would be like.
Of course, Og plays a big role in the music industry as well, like signing up-and-coming talent like Playboi Carti. Og has also produced music videos for ASAP Mob, Playboi Carti, and Tyler the Creator. If anyone can figure out what the group does next, that person will probably be inducted into the Og Collective.
And we are missing ASAP Yams.
ASAP Yams, whose real name is Steven Rodriguez, got his start running a hip-hop blog before founding ASAP Mob.
I'm not that old right now, so it seems like I'm bringing it back, but I always been that way, you feel me?
But sadly, he passed away in 2015 at age 26 due to an accidental drug overdose. According to the New York Times, APRocky owes his career to the late producer for the promotion of his first single, Purple Swag, on Yams' blog. Naturally devastated over the death of his friend and collaborator, Rocky had to cut a performance short at the 2015 Sundance Film Festival, telling Billboard that he only agreed to go on stage in the first place to, quote, stop himself from crying. Since then, Rocky constantly talks about and remembers his best friend. In 2015, Rocky released his sophomore album, At Long Last ASAP, to great critical reception, with Yams listed alongside Danger Mouse as an executive producer. Not content to let anyone forget about his mentor, Rocky started Yams Day in 2016, an epic concert held every year in New York City to pay tribute to his late friend. Most people like to keep their illicit drug use away from the legal eye and others, but this has rarely been the case with the hip-hop community, or APRocky. Since his first single, Purple Swag, which is, of course, all about the purple drink lean and more, Rocky has openly referenced his drug use during interviews.
You ever did mushrooms?
Speaking with The Independent, he said he prefers, quote, magic mushrooms and marijuana, which he says brings people together like the hippies of the 60s. And in one of APRocky's finest quotes via The Cut, he offered up his preparatory tools for the Met Gala as, quote, marijuana and good taste. He also uses psychedelic drugs for songwriting, like for the track Praise the Lord, which was written as part of an experiment. He told Gentleman's Journal, "This scientist wanted to see the conditions of our brains when we were writing these songs on LSD. It was a wild new way to do things." Rocky admitted it's a lifestyle, telling Billboard, "LSD helps me cope with life. I've been doing this stuff since I got into the industry. People are scared to talk about it. It's trippy. My art, my visuals, very trippy." According to the New York Times, APRocky was arrested on an assault charge in Sweden during a stop on his 2019 Injured Generation tour. The rapper has posted 2 edited videos of the incident to his personal Instagram, claiming that 2 men were following and harassing the rapper and his crew. Other videos obtained by TMZ clearly show the rapper and others in a physical confrontation. After he was determined to be a flight risk, APRocky was ordered to remain in a detention center during an investigation. Both the U.S. State Department and President Donald Trump issued statements expressing concern for APRocky during his detainment.
I have been called by so many people asking me to help APRocky.
Soon after APRocky's arrest, fans started a petition on change.org with a goal of garnering 1 million signatures asking for his release from Swedish officials, launching the Justice for Rocky movement and opening up a larger conversation about human rights. Finally, on August 2nd, 2019, the rapper was released, according to TMZ. After a month spent in Swedish detention, he was free to leave the country as he waited for a verdict on his assault case. He wrote to his supporters on Instagram, "I can't begin to describe how grateful I am for all of you. This has been a very difficult and humbling experience." A short time later, Rocky was found guilty, but it's not as bad as you might think. The judge in APRocky's case determined that the rapper was, quote, convicted of his own use of violence, but that it wasn't serious enough to warrant more time in detention. Translation: no more incarceration for the Peso rapper. The whole ordeal was likely a waking nightmare for Rocky, who told Dummy in 2013 that he has no desire to garner street cred by spending time behind bars. When he was a child, his dad was constantly in and out of jail before passing away. Rocky even claimed he landed in prison for about a week before he began making music, adding that he hated the experience and wanted to stay away forever. In 2018, veteran rapper Pusha T started one of the most intense rap feuds ever with his track Infrared, when he rekindled the ghostwriting rumors about Drake. The track was in response to Drake's Two Birds, One Stone that questioned Pusha T's drug-dealing history. 4 days after the release of his third studio album, Daytona, Pusha T released the searing single, The Story of Adidon. In the track, per Pitchfork, Pusha T alleges that Drake has a child he's been hiding from the world. Of course, the internet went wild, launching intense speculation about the scenario. Caught up in the drama was APRocky, who possibly dated adult film star Sophie Brousseau, according to Hollywood Life. Brousseau was allegedly dating a few men around the same time as APRocky, including Drake, James Harden, and Iman Shumpert, when she became pregnant. For a brief time, people wondered if APRocky was the baby's father after Pusha T released The Story of Adidon, but Drake confirmed the news about his son, Adonis, and his baby mama, Sophie Brousseau. Since 2014, APRocky has been off and on living in London. His quote, home away from home per Billboard, where he worked on most of his second album, At Long Last ASAP. While there, he met British rapper and guitarist Joe Fox, who made his debut on the album's opening track, Holy Ghost, and 4 subsequent songs.
I'm a visionary. It's a talent. I'm not trying to be funny. It's the truth.
Recounting the birth of their unlikely friendship, APRocky told NME that a then-homeless Fox tried to sell him a demo, not recognizing who the rapper was. On the spot, Rocky asked Fox to perform, and after being blown away, he invited the struggling artist to live in his hotel room. Not long after, Fox got his big break when At Long Last ASAP became the #1 album on the Billboard 200 chart. The story becomes even more heartwarming when considering APRocky's own difficult childhood.
I know the difference. I know what it's like to not have.
According to Interview, the rapper spent years living in various shelters alongside his mom and older sister. The conditions were so tough that he recalled, "Me and my sister just looked at each other and started crying." Climbing your way to the top certainly doesn't come easy, and it's heartening to see the rapper pay it forward in giving life-changing chances to others. As APRocky told NME about Fox, it didn't matter that he was homeless. He said, "What mattered was that he had a voice, and I knew that the world needed to hear it." Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Nicki Swift videos about your favorite stuff are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.